here with two epic guys, pun intended. You guys know them both, Fatal1ty and Cliffy. Now I'm gonna let you drive this one here because you know you guys are buddies. You guys go way back. So we're gonna talk games, right? Go ahead.
Cliff, you've obviously been gaming for a long time. I've always been a big fan of your games. I played Unreal Tournament 2003, which was an awesome game.
Thanks,
honestly, 2004 Onslaught was amazing.
That's when we had the vehicles finally.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yep.
But what are you working on right now, and what's exciting that I can be looking forward to play?
It's really, really tricky right now because we have multiple unannounced projects that I can't say too much about. But there's some obvious ones that people are probably going to expect that you'll be hearing about sometime when the weather gets warm. And there's also some super secret ones that, I'm personally, what I can tell you is I'm a fan of new worlds and new IPs. Like, back when we were working on Unreal Tournament, it was our bread and butter and our baby. But I'm like, guys, we should try and create something brand new, right? And from that came Gears of War, which has obviously been a huge success for us.
Yep.
So as I get up in the morning and I go to work, the one thing I want to do is create new worlds. So hopefully you'll be seeing some soon.
All right, cool. I think I would be interested in playing a new world game.
Yeah, and the Unreal's actually Unreal's in the back burner right now for a little while.
Yeah,
it's primarily our engine is being driven, and we're not working on a new Unreal Tournament at this point.
Yeah. Well, even with the Gears of War, it's been a huge success. But I'm also a big fan. My friends always play, and I've actually hopped on and played with them and so forth. And I actually kind of like the game because there actually is skill in the game of how you enter the fight.
Yeah.
In a sense, like you want to get the first shot in, but it's not life or death in that one situation. But I like the rocket launcher. I think it's a great gun and using different weapons, but obviously the saw and all the different options you can do is pretty cool.
It's so funny, man, because when you see the hardcore gamers online, we try to build a game as this kind of stop and pop tactical shooter, but ultimately what the game devolved to online is everybody rolling around shotgunning each other.
Yeah.
Right? And this is this classic thing where you build a game a certain way, and once the gamer is taken on, it takes a life of its own, becomes its own thing. So, when in doubt, just go with it and let the gamers take what they want, right?
Yeah. Well, the shotgun's awesome because it obviously you get the most graphical effect of the guy exploding.
It's for the gamer who wants to get rid of the guy, he wants to kill him in the fastest way humanly possible. He doesnof care about knocking him down and doing the fancy animations. He wants to turn him into itty bitty bits of pulp and move on to the next guy.
I like curb stomping though. I think that's cool.
It is fun. It's one of those things that stepping on somebody's head pretty much never gets old, and chainsawing in half. And it's also weird about the chainsaws. A lot of players consider it like a noob weapon.
Yeah.
But if you're coming at somebody and you shoot them, you get interrupted. And if you chainsaw somebody, it locks you down for a few seconds. So there's a risk there.
Yeah, but this is the more advanced tactics of most people don't even know this when they enter the game. They have to play it for a month or so to understand. Okay, I can interrupt that chainsaw, and now I can shoot you the shotgun, or whatever deal.
Yeah, of course. Learn technique. As with any game, chess or Go, it's the whole easy to learn takes a lifetime to master, right?
Yeah.
And once you can eventually go pro and kick everybody's ass like you normally do.
Let's do that.
Absolutely.
All right. So you mentioned a couple super secretive stuff. Was there any possibility we could read it out of you?
Well, I can tease in a few things. We are working with People Can Fly, who did the game Painkiller, which you're familiar with, which was this crazy over-the-top first-person shooter. These guys, People Can Fly, they're known for their crazy over-the-top style, right? So if they're working on something with us, you could infer that it might be similar in that vein, and it might be announced very soon.
Painkiller was an awesome game. I loved it. I thought it was one of the most skillful games I've ever played, but really looking forward to Epic and People Can Fly working together. It should be exciting.
It's been a really, really crazy, fun partnership with them. And they were the guys who basically invented the idea of a stake gun, where you have this 6 foot long stake and you can actually stick people into the walls with it, right?
And it's awesome. But also the great thing I loved about that game was just that you could. The game was based on fighting. It wasn't so much like camping, running away, shooting a railgun.
Yeah.
The stake gun was such a 20% hit weapon that you really can't guarantee it's going to hit 50% of the time like you could with a shock rifle.
Yep.
So it's a different type of gun. So it actually interacted more combat, more confronting the guy and getting a close combat fight, which makes it more spectator friendly to watch the game and see fighting happening. It was
very fast paced, right?
Definitely.
It was very over the top, and they also were very, very good at making huge bosses. They had those guys with the huge hammers and everything like that. So you would assume those abilities are being brought forward into another project.
Yeah.